Well, hello everyone. This is KP the Math G, and we are here to do a calculus problem. This will be, well, let's see, video number 167, I believe it is, on this one. But we're not counting, are we? I guess I am, because I keep up with how many we have, so how many videos I've done. But it's really not all about me, it's about you. And I get out as many as I can, just for your benefit, not mainly for mine. I do like to keep my mind sharp, but by and large, this is for you. Let's look at the problem. It is a 2025 free response, question number 2. It is, I want to say, part D. And it says it can be found that the derivative of g, which I'm going to show you that, it is 1 plus pi cosine pi x. Alright, it says find the value of x for x between 0 and 1, that's important, okay, at which the line tangent to the graph. Now that just means the line touching the graph somewhere on this graph, okay, is of f is parallel to the line tangent to the graph of g. All right, so it's the value of x on this interval at which the line tangent to the graph of f is parallel to the line tangent to the graph of g. Well, when I see some phrases, some key phrases, I want you to notice there are some key phrases we need to look at, or a key phrase. The line tangent, I need a derivative. Well, we already have this derivative here, so we don't need to find this one again. We don't need a second derivative. We already have this derivative. What we also need then is that this represents the slope, okay? The slope of the tangent line. This represents the slope of the tangent line. This is the graph of f, so we want the slope of f, and we can actually do that. Let's just kind of figure that one out. So f prime at x is equal to 2x minus 2. The derivative of x squared is 2x. The derivative of negative 2x is just negative 2. Or derivative of 2x is just 2. So 2x minus 2. Okay, so 2x minus 2. Alright, so those slopes, if they are parallel, the slopes have to be the same. They have to be equal. So what do? We find out what the graph of this one is and the graph of this one is. And what are we looking for? Yes, if you said point of intersection, you're correct, because what do we mean? When we find the point of intersection, that's when they're equal. That's when the slopes are equal to each other. It's where those tangent, the slopes of the tangent lines, if they're equal, they're going to intersect. That's something you've got to kind of get into your head. That when these slopes are the same, that means that their intersection, the point of intersection. Now what we got to do, there's going to probably be several points of intersection, but we're interested in the one that's between 0 and 1, and there is only one. Alright, so what you do is, on your calculator, before we do that, I want to do this right here. And I'm just x plus sine pi x. Okay. G at x is equal to x plus sine pi x. Excuse me. I want to show that this is going to be what we just found a while ago. It said that g prime is equal to 1 plus pi cosine pi x. And that can be easily done. Let's take a look. G prime at x. I hope you can see that brown. The derivative of x is just 1. That's it. The derivative of sine is cosine. So first you take the cosine, and then you leave this pi x alone. Okay? And then, by the chain rule, you take the derivative of pi x, which is just pi. And now I can just put this in front right here. Now that's equal to 1 plus pi cosine of pi x. You could have done this right here. The slope of that tangent line. Now remember, the other one was alpha at x. We said alpha at x is equal to x squared minus 2x. So f prime at x was equal to 2x minus 2. So what we're going to do is, dear ones, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to set them equal to each other. What we're going to do is we're going to graph this one, and we're going to graph this one, and we're going to find the point of intersection right here. Okay, point of intersection. I don't know how to solve this, so I'm going to graph. We'll call this one y sub 0. And we'll call this one y sub 1. Alright, y sub 1. And I'm going to put those in there, and I'm going to graph that. So I did. I've already done it ahead of time. Now remember, you go to y sub 0, and I know you can't see this, because even if I put it right up on you there, you couldn't see it. But I just put this one in there, and this one in there. Okay? I've got y0 and y sub 1. Then when I hit graph, there it is. Now, I have up here some decisions to make. It says down here at the bottom, zoom, tools, trace, calculate, table, intersect, tangent, derivative, extrema, root, inflection. So what I want to hit on this one is intersect. And I'm going to look at the x value of that. Alright? So the x value is that. So the x value is approximately equal to where they intersect. Now remember, there are several places. Alright, I want to say that there's another place of intersection. But we are looking at from 0, x between 0 and 1. That's the key to you getting this answer correct. So this is about equal to 0. The x value now, 0.67582. 67582. Now remember, do not go out to 3. You can either do this. This will be correct. If you call what you call truncating the 8 and the 2, that would be alright. This is also correct. And since the 5 can be rounded up to a 6, there we go right there. That is good enough. All 3 of these are good enough. You could leave it like this, as long as you don't go just 2 decimal places or 1 decimal place. You can't say 0.7, but this is what they're looking for here. All right, 67582, and that's what I'm getting. 67582. Alright, there it is, right there. And so, what have we answered? Go back. 0.676. Let's find the value of x. Alright, we found it somewhere between x between 0 and 1. Excuse me. I have stuff on the table and everything's cluttered up, and I need to clean that clutter up. The line tangent, alright, the value of x, at which the line tangent to the graph of f is parallel to the line tangent to the graph of g. Alright, and that is true. We're looking at between 0 and 1 now. X between 0 and 1. Oops, excuse me. Right here. Okay. And that's all you really have to do this. But the key to understanding is that the slopes must be the same. Okay? So if I had an equation, y is equal to 2x plus 5, then this slope here must be the same thing. And it must be a 2. So we find out where they intersect. And that's just a broad example right there, but you know, this gives you an idea of what you're doing. You got to find where those intersect. Okay, and if you do that, in other words, if the slopes intersect, I mean, find that point of intersection, that's where the slopes are the same, right there. Okay, at that x value right there. Okay, well anyway, that's all I have for this one. I have others that I want to do, and so we will get to those later. Some more out of the 2025 lesson. Other problems that we've got, and some that require calculator, some require no calculator. So we're going to keep doing that. I already have some done, worked ahead, so we're going to have some ready for you in the near future. Anyway, this is KP the Math G, getting ready to sign off. Please, if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. If you would like to hit that like button, please do that as well. I always get that smile on my face when we do that. Just saying, I don't know, I'm just joking with you on that one. Well, I certainly would not want to see the unlike. If you had an unlike, I'd like to see an explanation why you didn't like the video, or something you didn't like about something I had said or put up here. Give me an explanation if you don't like it, but by and large I don't get those. I've never gotten an unlike. So and if you chose not to do either one, or if you wanted to make a comment, please make a comment, and just feel free to do any of those three or none at all. That's fine with me. Again, it's all about you and not about me. And once again, I want to thank you, the listener, for getting this. This is not as easy a problem as it looks, believe me, but you just had to think and focus. Alright, if for those slopes to be the same, those G prime and F prime must intersect. Okay, if they intersect, the slopes are the same at that point there, that x value. And so that's what we're talking about there. Okay, this is KP the Math G, getting ready to sign off. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great day.